Hi everyone and welcome. Thank you for being here. This is Z's Joy Tarot. My name is Zoe. I'm another reading for I'm focusing on the week 7 July to 13 July 2025. We have a full moon this week on the 10th of July. I waited till the sun went down. I've got the air conditioning on, the aircon, and of course my candle is blowing all over the place. But it was very hot today, so I had to wait till the sun set so I can do this reading. I'm a little bit late. However, it is important that I do a reading this week. As I said to you, we've got a full moon, and I'm going to give you a little bit of the... I've got a full moon in Capricorn, 18 degrees in Capricorn. And the moon in Capricorn, the moon is at her most organized, practical, and business-like in Capricorn, and she brings out the dutiful, cautious, and pessimistic side of us. Our goals for the future become all important. Now is the time to tend to the family business, act responsibly, take charge of something, organize any part of our lives that has become scattered or disrupted. Set down rules and guidelines, or patiently listen and learn. Watch for the possibility of acting too businesslike at the expense of others' emotions. All right. So if you've got planets in 18 degrees of Capricorn, this is significant for you. I'm going to go straight to it. I'm going to give you a little bit of introduction that I always do. I just wanted to give you first the full moon, as I said, in Capricorn, but this is for all my star seeds, my truth seekers, my light workers, anyone that's been drawn to this video. There's a message here for you, and during the week I always receive information online or downloads or otherwise. I save this to be able to share with you, and recently I learned about a term called glimmer, Glimmer, which is the opposite of trigger. Glimmers are those moments in your day that make you feel joy, happiness, peace, or gratitude. Once you train your brain to be on the lookout for glimmers, these tiny moments will appear more and more and more. So I wanted to share that with you. That was important. And, you're all aware the matrix loses its power when we think critically and avoid the news and observe ourselves, follow our intuition and speak our truth. And give energy consciously. See beyond the division. Go inward and ask for guidance when you're a little bit lost or when you're in doubt. Follow your intuitive understanding. Okay. Now, some of us need to be aware that this is for all of you. I'm going to say it as I'm saying it to myself, but it's for you, all the collective. You're not going to apologize for your fire. So I'm just going to say it I am not going to apologize for my fire. I wasn't born to be sugar and spice, silence and servitude. No one gets to decide when I'm too much. No one gets to dictate my volume, my passion, or my heart. So if you speak your truth, you can be as loud as you like. Don't listen to anyone trying to put you in a corner. Okay. Now, these are things that I received, as I said to you, through social media, through things I've read and I've saved. According to society, luxury is supposed to be cars, expensive clothes, a lavish lifestyle. However, the real luxuries in life are slow mornings and freedom to choose whatever you want to do. A good night's sleep is a luxury. Peace of mind, the most important, so you can sleep, of course. Calm and boring days are so luxurious. Being present in the moment. And people you love, they're luxuries in your life. And people who love you back. These are not things to be acquired, but rather the result of a purposeful and fulfilling existence. Please remember that. Okay. And I recently sent this to someone, but I wanted to share it with everyone here too. Signs of high vibration. So people usually stare at you, kids like you, animals feel safe around you, strangers tell you their life stories, the room's energy shifts when you walk in, and you irritate toxic people by being authentic. So, and people envy you and you don't know why. These are all signs of high vibration. So keep your vibration high and continue to raise your vibration, your frequency, your heart. Be a pure of heart and respect yourself. Stop chasing people who aren't interested in you, and stop begging for attention or validation. Say only what is necessary, and when people disrespect you, address it immediately. Avoid eating others' food more than they eat yours. Reduce visits to those who don't reciprocate. Invest in yourself and prioritize your happiness. Don't entertain gossip about others. Do unto others as you will have those others do unto you. Remember that. Think before you speak. 80% of how people value you comes from your words, our words. It's so important. Always present yourself well. Dress how you want to be addressed. Okay, I think that's enough wisdom for today. Let me just mark this down. As I always do, you can fast forward ahead to, I'm going to do some oracle cards instead of tarot and astrology. So fast forward ahead if you wish. And yeah, we'll do the astrology now. As I said, full moon in Capricorn on the 10th. However, the week, let's see, that's quite interesting. We've got, let's see, where do I start? I've got some notes here. Bear with me, I've got my laptop. The entry of Uranus into Gemini on July 7th is another critical step in this time of social upheaval. So Uranus left Taurus, which is steadfast and earthy and slow and determined Taurus. And it's gone into Gemini. Now Gemini is an air sign, so the energy has shifted. And over the next 7 years, it will bring the necessary renewal and the odd revolution in science, research, trade, and communication. Now, things are going to speed up quickly with all things that are, well, you know, technology, I suppose, will be enhanced in every way. It affects the intellect, the exchange of information and knowledge, and all kinds of connections between people. So Uranus returns to Taurus once again in November, just for a short amount of time, and it finally enters Gemini in April 2026. So we get to taste Uranus in Gemini before we get full throttle. Okay. Now, with Uranus in Gemini and Pluto in Aquarius, both air signs, two social planets are now in air signs. Okay. Now this affects generations, whole communities. Okay. They're not personal planets, and they will repeatedly form a trine with each other until 2028. So that's quite a long period of time. Neptune in Aries connects the two with a sextile, another positive aspect. The trine and the sextile, both very positive aspects. This harmonious aspect figure will remain active for several years and provides welcome support for the social changes of the air epoch. I'm reading this. So I believe we're going to have some leaps and bounds in technology, new technology that's already there. Just going to bring it out now, finally. So now, and the full moon forms in Capricorn on July 10th. The quality of time connects us to the wisdom that comes from life experience. It is a good day to pause in the routine of everyday life and turn inwards. Write in your diary again and start one. Tell a friend how you have been doing this year and be prepared to listen. Okay, now I've got some more notes. What have we got here? What else? The second major astrological event takes place in mid-July. The conjunction of Saturn and Neptune in Aries. This marks the beginning of another chapter in the current historical turning point. So the last time the two met was in Capricorn in 1989. The upheavals of that time, such as the fall of the Berlin Wall and the collapse of the Soviet Union, still reverberate today. So there might be some major social changes. Gosh, I can hear something crackling. Can you hear that background noise? I don't know where it's coming from. I don't know if it's a bird outside or whatever. So that is the astrology. I've got a little bit more. Let's have a look. So another week, another shift of, as I said, slow-moving planets into new sign. So the year 2025 has seen Neptune, Saturn and Jupiter change placements. And now it's Uranus's turn to make a move to Gemini. So Uranus enters Gemini on Monday, as I said, where it will remain for the next 7 years. And it takes Uranus 84 years to travel the entire zodiac. So this is a major event indeed. When revolutionary Uranus transits quick-witted Gemini, we can expect major advances, as I said, in communication, technology, and some rebellious uprisings against authority. All right, Uranus is always full of surprises, and freedom is paramount for Uranus. To learn more about this transit, check out the look. There's a lot of I always look at astro.com. That you can Google the information and get some more. I'll put in some links in the description below that you can access. Okay. And as I said, Thursday's full moon is perfect for bringing projects to completion. It's business-minded Capricorn, while Friday is an excellent time to strengthen bonds with friends and colleagues at an after-work get-together. And the weekend outlook, do not let logic get in the way of love. On Saturday, unexpected circumstances could cause anxiety on Sunday evening. So take a deep breath and go with the flow. Tips for a 5-star week. Uranus's change of signs is the perfect occasion to shake things up in your life and break out of any long-standing ruts. All right, it's important. Change is as good as a holiday. All right, as you all know, I'm not in my normal place, so I'm making do with whatever I have at the moment to do. I wanted to share these weekly readings with you. So, all right, that's it for the astrology. We're going to move on now. I'll just quickly write this to a couple of oracle cards, and I've got a little bit of tarot for you, and off we go. Let's see. I've been to the dentist today, so I'm feeling a bit, I mean, it was only just a routine thing, but even though. Okay, always Archangel Michael. He's given me a healing card today. It's called Crystal Healing. Instill peace. Archangel Michael is leading you to a healing crystal which will decrease your stress levels and instill feelings of peace. Let's see why we got this. I have, oh, bang. Sorry about that. I dropped everyone. You're still there. Wow, I'm sorry about that. Okay. Let's see. If I don't have all my crystals here, I've got a crystal for us as I do the reading. But the crystals that Archangel Michael wants to highlight here is it's for stress relief. And he says that you've been shallow breathing as a response to the pressures of life. And breathing is an automatic function of the body. And when you feel stressed, Your breathing rate and pattern changes as part of the fight-flight response. In yoga, the breath is known as prana, or a universal energy that can be used to find balance between the body and mind. So Archangel Michael affirms that conscious breathing is just as important for your health as is diet and exercise. Throughout each day, practice breathing deeply and easily. Most people hold tension in their shoulders, neck and back. Relax these areas as you breathe deeply. Take a deep sigh. Can also balance the energies of the body quickly. Breathe in feelings of calm, breathe out feelings of stress. Okay, now I needed to tell you that. However, what the card says is Archangel Michael's guidance as he leads you to the perfect crystal that will generate healing vibration within your body's energy. In shamanic tradition, crystals are referred to as living rocks. Their ability to transmute energy and transform consciousness has been documented throughout time. Each crystal has an inherent intelligence and healing power. Okay, so these are recommended crystals. So, Amazonite soothes worry and fear. Labrodorite reduces stress and anxiety. Chevron Amethyst dissolves trauma and blocks. Rainbow Jasper brings tranquility, protection and grounding. And Lapidolite, the take it easy stone, aids stress, anger, emotional pain and depression. I will write the crystal names at the description boxes below for anyone interested in purchasing any of the crystals that Archangel Michael has recommended for crystal healing. And the meaning of the card is that Atlantis healing, time to study crystal healing, meditation, protection, grounding, and read about crystals. And something will soon be crystal clear to whoever needs to to receive this message. But I will write this down for you, as I said, in the description box below, and you might want to purchase one of these crystals. You can get little tumblers, they're not that expensive. Okay, all right, so that was that one. Thank you, Archangel Michael. And off we go to Goddess Isis. Goddess Isis. I like the imagery. And the message is Mother of Life. When life seems dry, depleted, filled with repetitive tasks, or simply stagnant and stifled, Isis, the Mother of Life, holds the ability to revive even the most numb, resistant, and difficult circumstances in your life. She calls to you now, seeking to bestow gifts of life upon you. Be bold and brave, open your arms and receive. So, a lot of my divine feminines and divine masculines, you don't need to chase. Open your arms and be willing to receive, attract. What is right for you usually comes to you. Okay, so that was the Oracle card. And one more, which is the Fortune Oracle for the week, 7 to 13 July. Don't like this card much. Thorns. It's number 31. Weathering the challenges ahead will bring in a new and positive future. I can see the sun. Why have we got this card? All right, bit of a challenge. Some of us thrive, challenges actually move you. When things are going smooth, we don't, we just go with it. But any challenges, we are forced to move. So this card brings challenges and changes to your life. So this week, it may be heavy burdens, mental distress, or disappointments to deal with, but you will discover who your loyal allies are and aren't. So let go of things that no longer serve you as the old ways break down in order to herald in the new. And Uranus always has the unexpected. I'm just telling you. So possible chaos around you will test your strength. You will have to learn how to roll with the changes. Goals will disappear and be replaced by more realistic ones. And watch out for smiling assassins, and be careful who you trust and confide in at this delicate time. You don't need to tell people anything. Don't tell people what, on a need-to-know basis, what you want them to know. Don't reveal your plans. Well, this card also represents personal suffering and feeling let down or being in a state of emotional crisis. And be reassured, however, that this period will pass like anything. Do not be afraid to seek the necessary guidance and take good care of yourself and close family members. So in our personal relationships, this card can signify the end of a relationship that has proved difficult. The relationship may be saved if you communicate with your friends, family, or partner and clear the air. A gentle confrontation could settle the difference. So it could, I said, signify the end. It doesn't necessarily mean that you just might need to clear the air. And with career and money, harmony is the key to survival. So you need to avoid arguments at all costs and keep tempers in control. Money issues could arise and major decisions need to be made once and for all. Avoid get-rich-quick schemes. It will be tough to watch your bank balance and stick to budgets with many bills arriving. But you will get through this period, and the changes made will bring a stronger and newer you. And you'll be ready to take on some fresh projects, rebuild and enjoy a more positive outlook. So the tip for the week: place a dragon facing your front door at home or at the office to bring in wealth and opportunity. So they say dragon. Could be a picture of a dragon. Or on your desktop, on your computer. That's what Sharina's power tip is for this week. Well, just a few thorns amongst the roses. So I needed to share that with you. And that's why Archangel Michael obviously said he gave you some crystals to work with for stress relief. So if anything is stressing you, take time out, do some breath work, meditate, take a walk on your own, wherever you want, in the park, with some trees, if you're lucky enough to be near water, along the ocean or a river. You don't need to be with people. You can be on your own. And if you have pets, you're lucky. You can take your pets for a walk. Okay, now I've finished with that. I'll quickly write this down so you can fast forward if you need to. So that was the end of the oracles. And now we're going to do a little bit of tarot. I pray and meditate and I pre-shuffle so I save time. So I've got the tarot ready to go. So we've got the heart of the matter this week. Resilience. We've got the 9 of Wands, fire energy. Look at this battle-weary soul. But he's standing upright. He's being challenged. Look, he's got 9 wands behind him, but he's holding his ground. And not only that, he looks a bit battered. But fire energy, Sagittarius energy here. But he is so determined. The look on in his eyes, and he's holding his wand. The challenge. is outpouring. It's the Ace of Cups. Outpouring emotion. New beginnings, new relationships. And unknown factors this week is a major arcana, the Fool. It's important. Turning point. We have the Seven of Swords, air energy, Aquarius, and the outcome this week. We've got the Page of Pentacles, earth energy. Okay, let's just see what's going on here. All right, we have a situation where we've got this this soul here that's an ongoing battle or battle weary. The energy is this. Look, there's no gender in tarot. It could be male or female. It's just a battle weary soul, fatigued, drained of energy. Nearly there, close to success, courageous and persistence. He's persevering and learning from the past failures. So he's gathering his strength and his backbone and soldiering on. And you know something? Because he's actually been through so much that nothing can deter him. So resilience is the heart of the matter. Whatever you're facing, just hold on. You're nearly there this week. The challenge is the Ace of Cups, water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. New beginnings, new relationships, new romance, love, happiness, joy. Look, it even represents pregnancies, fertility, and celebration, socializing. This is something you love. It doesn't necessarily have to be a person. It could be anything. You can love your work, your family. Outpouring of emotion is the challenge. And the unknown factor, we've got here the major arcana, the Fool, represents innocence and freedom, originality, adventure, travel. Sometimes foolishness and carelessness, but usually an idealistic person here, youthful and full of spontaneity. Lacks commitment because he wants new beginnings. And this represents Uranus. I just saw that. So Uranus is going to create nostalgia for all those things. Maybe for freedom. Because look, he doesn't care. He's just off on he's virtually walking over a cliff. But because he's so, he's seeking adventure and originality. And the sun is shining. So this is an unknown fact. Something unexpected will come about this week that will, well, it is an unknown factor, but what's going to happen, the turning point, and the Seven of Swords is sneaky. However, swords are usually, it's air energy and usually represents thoughts. Another Aquarius again, Uranus rules Aquarius. What it appears to be to me is that someone's trying to get away with something. So this card normally represents deceit, lies, trickery, or cheating, or underhanded and scheming situations. Dangerous and risky behavior. That's a turning point. And be careful, an enemy could be masquerading as a friend. And it also represents people as spying because they don't have, their lack of conscience, and they're strategic. Some people, what did we call them? is it wolves in sheep's clothing? But if you are a truth seeker, a light worker, you should be able to read people's energy just by their movements, by their just their energy, the way they represent. They could be smiling in your face, however the energy gives them away. All right? So if that is the case, and that is a turning point, it says just be aware of other schemes, okay, around you at this time. And the outcome is, well, it is the Page of Pentacles. It represents money, it's earth, it's tangible. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. But it's only a page, and it says good news in earthly matters, so physical things. Solid beginnings and setting goals, developing a plan, laying the foundations, and taking advantage of opportunities. So jumping a consistency and excellent prospects. So an opportunity to invest in the material realm, in the 3D. So it's something physical. It could be anything. It could be a pay rise, a small pay rise. It could be an opportunity. It could be an offer. It could be quite a number of things. I will clarify though. I want to see this. I'm going to put a card on the Seven of Swords. I don't like that. And just see what the Seven of Swords, why it's there, and why it's the turning point. Seven of Swords. Okay, Michael, why is the Seven of Swords here for this week, for the collective? Let's see. One card, please. Where's the swords here? Got it. Okay. Four of Pentacles, another money card. Four of Pentacles could represent a few things. It could be holding on to something for dear life, being miserly, being, well, could be insecure about finances. But when I look at it, it says you are very financially conscious, actively saving money and watching your expenses. Be careful though. Money works best when it is in a state of flow and exchange, not when it is being stashed away. So what it says here is it's good to budget, of course, but if you're in a position to be able to pay your bills or pay whatever you can, the flow, the state of flow and exchange, then money will flow back to you. It is only a week, and it appears to be that, and I'll put in another, on the outcome here, Page of Pentacles. It seems to be aware of not being cheated in some way, in an underhanded or scheming and dangerous or risky business. Okay, let me just have a look. And the Page of Pentacles. What is the outcome this week? What is the investment? You won't believe it, Seven of Swords. All right. But Judgment has come in, has flown as well. All right, the Seven of Swords has come out again. So what I will say to you again is there seems to be, look, deceit can come in all sorts of ways. It doesn't necessarily come through corporations. It doesn't necessarily have to mean that it's going to come from an individual. It can come from, dare I say, governments. I should say things like that, but it can come from anywhere. So, Seven of Swords, I'll just reiterate. You cannot do everything at once. You must prioritize what's important to you, even if it means letting others down. You may need to put yourself first to get what you want. Okay? So we've got here an individual holding 5 swords, and he's left 2, trying to run away with that. Okay? And judgment for this week. Major Arcana number 20. Judgment number 20. Let's have a look. Why have we drawn that? This is your time to rise up. You are experiencing a huge spiritual awakening and realizing that you are destined for so much more. This is your cosmic up-leveling. Be ready to tune into a higher frequency. Thank goodness for that, okay? So, don't deal continuously in the humdrum 3D reality of the existence of the, being on that treadmill of trying to, the day-to-day grind. Rise above it. Spend some time for yourself. Do something you enjoy. Give yourself some luxury spiritually. Buy yourself some crystals. Listen to uplifting music. Anything that will give you, uplift you out of the 3D reality. Because this is what Uranus is teaching us now. It'll happen across the world. It'll happen globally, and it'll happen suddenly. There'll be new technology, and people will realize that there's more to it than more to our existence than doing your 9 to 5 or whatever you're doing. Okay. All right. Now, it seemed to be a bit heavy, but look, it's a week, and we will uplift you. You need to uplift yourself and others. And that's what I'm here to do. I wanted to share that with you this week. I think there's a lot of challenges this year coming globally, but we're all ready for it. I think the collective is ready. It's learning every day. There's so many people that are waking up every day to what the reality is of this existence of ours. And again, I thank you for being here. Thank you for your energy. Please like, subscribe, share, whatever. I'm going to put some more things in the description below. Take care of yourself. I'm sending you so much high vibrational love. Until next time, bye for now.